So today's review is slightly different than normal, and it's all coming up right after this. If you're new here and want to stay up to date with the latest tech, don't forget to hit subscribe, followed by the bell. So today we're doing a review of a hoverboard, slightly different and not something I would normally review, but I've always secretly wanted to go on one, so we'll see how that goes. Apologies for the bad audio, but the acoustics are really awful in this room, so we're just going to have to deal with it. But first of all, we're going to unbox it and then I'll give it a test. And I've never actually been on one of these before, so it's probably going to end up with me falling over. While I had plenty of balance and coordination as I was younger, I found that's rapidly disappeared with age. So first of all, in the box, we've got what looks to be a carry case to put the hoverboard in. So that's good. We've also got a remote control, looks sort of like a car key. Next in the box, we have the power plug. So that's what you use to charge your device. We've then got the instruction. We've then got the instruction manual. And I guess finally in here, we have the hoverboard itself. So just pull this out. It's heavier than I thought it would be actually. And this one is actually a nice shiny blue. There's lots of stuff coming off the packaging where it was protected. And it is a lot heavier than I thought it would be. So we've got the plugs on the back there. You can see I think there's LED lights on this one as well, but we'll find all that out in just a second when I turn it on. So we'll just check there's nothing else in the box, and there doesn't seem to be, so that is all we need. I'm going to be messy and throw these over there on the sofa for now, and we'll go ahead and give this a try. So as I said, I've never had a go on one of these, and actually I don't even know how to turn it on, so hopefully I can find the on switch. If not, we're going to be heading to the instruction manual. Oh, we've got a button there. So we'll see if we can figure it out first. I'll move this table away. Actually, I'll just change the camera angle just so you guys can see, although it is going to be hard in this setup. There we go. So I've moved the camera out the way a bit so you can see what's going on. Oh, I've pressed this button and it's gone on.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Right, so it's ready to pair because there is some, oh, right, it's working straight, oh God. Right, so hopefully I don't end up smashing my TV, but we're gonna give this a go. Whoa. It's a little bit harder than I thought it would be. At least I haven't fallen off yet, but try and go back. Yeah, so there's a very strange balance going on. I wonder if we can turn, oh, there we go. Whoa, I'll probably fall, whoa. It's actually not as hard as I thought it would be. It does sort of make sense. I'm just struggling forward and back the most. Ooh. And turning while doing it seems to be quite hard, but generally I can see this getting easier with time. Oh no, that was always going to happen. So this is the CHIC electric hoverboard from iHoverboard.co.uk. They come in a variety of different colours and with or without LEDs and Bluetooth speakers. The version I have here does include both the Bluetooth speaker as well as the LEDs, so we'll be putting that to the test shortly. This hoverboard has a max speed of 30 km an hour, but of course depending on weight and road surface, and it will run for 15 to 20 km per charge, again depending on the weight of the rider. And the board itself weighs 12.5 kilos. The charging time from empty is 1 to 2 hours, and it's just a case of plugging it in to charge. There's a light on the plug that will be red when charging and green when fully charged, and the input voltage is 100 to 240 volts, so it can be charged in all countries. It's a self-balancing board, so you just need to stand on it with both feet and it will be balanced. In terms of build quality, it feels great. The main body is a nice solid plastic. We've got 6.5-inch rubber wheels with metal hubs on the end. It's a simple push button to turn the hoverboard on, and if you want to connect via Bluetooth, it shows as Bluetooth on your phone. You simply press it and it connects without any pairing codes. I would say I have reasonable balance and I was comfortably using this within 10 minutes or so. For those who have never used one, it is a strange experience, but when you get used to the center of gravity you need, it does become much easier. The hoverboard feels like it's got plenty of power with me on it, so I imagine if you're purchasing one for a child it will be much better considering I'm around 85 kilos. The max recommended weight for this is about 100 kilograms. I quickly learned that trying to go too fast too quickly was a problem and to take things much slower to begin with. I strongly recommend if you are purchasing this for a child that you let them use outdoors first and put a helmet on them just to be safe. I tested the hoverboard outside where I have very uneven surfaces and gaps and it actually performed pretty well. The wheels are big enough to go over the gaps without any bother and it was very easy to use outside and I eventually got the hang of it. As I said earlier, this hoverboard also has Bluetooth speakers, so let's go ahead and try them out. So the Bluetooth speaker works well. It's not the best speaker in the world, but that's of course to be expected. I was testing the range and I would say it started to cut out within a few meters, so I'm assuming it's Bluetooth 4, but it's not actually listed in the specs. The short range isn't really a problem, as if your phone's in your pocket you'll always be fine and within the range. It did cut out very occasionally for a second or two, but it was mainly when I crashed or fell off and overall worked well. I noticed after using it outside and falling off a few times, there are also chips in the metallic blue paintwork, and of course this is to be expected. They're only minor chips and nothing to worry about, but if this is something that bothers you, then maybe consider going with a white hoverboard, as that will be less obvious. The hoverboard does have overcharge and undervolt protection, but when it comes to these devices I recommend you charge them while you're there and not overnight, as you should do with all batteries. When you're using the device, you see a green battery on the display. When you look down when riding, it will start flashing when the battery is low, and if it's too low and it's time to stop, the battery will flash red and it will make an alarm sound, so you're fully aware you need to stop. One thing I noticed though was after I took the hoverboard from 100% battery to 0 in a single go, the metal hubs on the wheels were quite hot. I assume this is used for heat dissipation. It wasn't too hot to touch, but after long periods of use it's probably a good idea to carry it by the plastic only. Overall, this is a great product, but I would say it's more of a toy than a means of transportation. The build quality on this is good and it's surprising just how fast it can move even with me on it. By the time I'd finished using this for my review, I was fairly confident I could move around the house, turn and go through doorways pretty quickly, and it was an enjoyable experience. So for anyone that would like to purchase one or simply get some further information, I've placed a link down in the description below. As there are many colours to choose from, I've placed a link to the list of all of the choices as well as this specific one I've reviewed. Unfortunately, this company only ship within the EU, but I've placed links for similar boards for my USA users out there, and as always, if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thank you for watching the video, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel.